What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Odin. His name is the Rapl. The Rapl! The map is Oasis, and this is a best of 3 for the Brazilian Champions League Season 2. I believe this is week 2? I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but it's a good time to be alive, and we're going to just enjoy it together. We've got some players here, and we have Rapl, fairly, like a relatively new player, learnt from the best of them. I'm pretty sure he's learnt a little bit from Mr. And he's been playing, and he actually come up through vanilla, not through the Titan. So a bit of a strange progress in the RTS world. And now he plays incredibly well. Very high level player with a lot of interesting ideas about how to play Odin. We'll see what he's gonna do against the Oranos of Skady. And Skady's actually gone Economic Guild here, which is surprising because the whole reason you play Oranos, well, at least the whole reason, the big reason you play Oranos on Oasis, and you're choosing Oasis against Odin, because you pretty much know Rapl's going Odin because he's a one-trick Odin player. The whole reason you do it is to hit a 430 and kick off your opponent's hunt. Or not a 430, a 4-minute advance and kick off your opponent's hunt and then start flooding them with Terma and Murmillo. But if you allow your opponent to get said hunt, so if they have an extra 30 seconds to hunt this, it should probably all get grabbed, or somewhat all get grabbed. It's going to be in a good position. So, I mean, one thing that I would really like to see certain like Odin players doing and everything else is once they see this hunt on Oasis against Oranos, just go to it. Eat that final zebra that you have, and then walk over there, eat this hunt, and then come home to this hunt. I know it doesn't look like safe hunt because it's a bit far away from the sentry tower, but you're probably going to be fine in your base. Oracles are not going to be able to push you off that one. And we'll see. There's the temple going up now for Rapl, nice and early. And no temple for Skady as he's just finishing off this 430 build, very standard. And he's got a lot of goat, and I mean, this is going to be interesting. He's got a lot of food, so he's going to be able to make Murmillo. Rapl's got a lot of goat, and so he's going to be able to make Ulfsark. So this is going to be one of those slower, not a slow-paced game, but slower games in which you really have to play with your resources incredibly carefully. Because especially for Odin, because if you get stuck in the classical age, you're going to fall behind the Oranos player. But if you get to the heroic age, you're going to be in a really, really good position. So he's going to have to make sure he doesn't overdo it on the Ulfsark and see what he can make happen. We see Freya coming through 3:15, so 4:15 advance time for Rapl. Skady, on the other hand, just about to click up. He's got the Prometheus coming in, and it's going to be a 4:31 for Skady. And he's finishing off these giraffe over here. Still has 300 food left, eating his chicken. Would love to see him get an early husbandry. That's something that we don't see a lot from our Atlantean players, especially when you got these 8 goats. If you get an early husbandry, it really speeds this up in terms of how fast they fatten. I haven't talked about this much, but extra 30% herdable fatten rate. So if they're going up one food every 3 seconds, you're looking at, I can't do that math, but maybe like 1 food every 2 seconds. It's quite a bit faster, right? It's close to that at the very least. Now the chicken hunting or gathering, doing their stuff. Relics on the map. We've got the Arrows of Alpha, extra 20% bonus building damage, and also Pygmalion statue. This relic here is huge for both players. We'll see if it gets picked up or not. We've got the Valkyrie coming forward, going to want to try and hit this villager off of the giraffe. But the mana will be up in time to start gathering it. Maybe you send oracles back to just defend it. The Promethean is here, so maybe that can come over and defend as well. Counter barracks, military barracks coming up for Skady. 2 longhouses coming down for Rapl. Very, very standard. We see the villagers making their way over now to the giraffe as the Ulfsark flood is beginning. Let's turn the resources on. So it's 34 pop to 30 pop for both these players as we are beginning this game. The Valkyrie actually seems to have missed this villager here. Valkyrie's going to be able to hit the citizen over here and get some damage done. But, I mean, Skady can just retreat back over to the palm tree, wait for an extra unit here. Looks like he's a little bit short on the resources for that one because he's built out a couple of Promethean at the start. And he's just going to be waiting on that to get the Valor down, and then he can push that Valkyrie back with the hero Murmillo or go anywhere else. It's actually going to send one over onto this side. We see the Valkyrie going to be attempting to harass the citizen. Nice garrison micro from Skady. As Lone Wanderer coming through now for Rapl. And the Ulfsark are going to start making their way forward. We've got some random houses here out in the middle of nowhere. Promethean coming through. Can get pushed back by these Herzer very, very easily. So probably not going to see too much damage done here if Rapple's paying attention. But the Promethean comes in here immediately. See the villagers are trying to fight back before the Herzer comes in. And he does start whacking that one down. These Herzer move slightly faster than the Promethean, but more units coming in. Got a lot of Ulfsark here. Skady's got to be careful with his army because he's not going to win that fight over there. Meanwhile, the Valkyrie returning to this position. There is a Promethean here already to push this one back. So nice defense here for Skady, but it looks like he has to retreat for the time being as the Valkyrie wins this fight ever so slightly. There's the Giraffe gets finished off. This villager can probably go over onto wood, and you can micromanage those a little bit. What's going over here? Looks like the Ulfsark getting a little bit of damage dealt. We still don't have husbandry through for Skady. Ooh, the Terma does fall there. Nice snipe by those Lone Wanderer Ulfsark, and Skady's going to have to retreat back, and you can see the population is 66, 64, very, very close. Promethean's doing a lot of damage. Nice shockwave here, maybe be able to take down one of these Ulfsark. More units coming in for Skady to help out, and we are going to be seeing Rapl retreating away from here. And we do see one of those Ulfsark finally falling before these villagers moving over onto the berry bushes. That's actually huge. Able to secure the berry bushes if he can. That's going to be a lot more food that he has to play with that he otherwise wouldn't have. And Skady's just really just flooding units here. We see medium infantry has come through for Rapl, and he will be able to continue taking these fights if he gets all of his units over here. We've got this Raven just chilling over here for Rapl. Both of his Ravens just flying overhead. And we're seeing Skady retreat back. As he is doing very, very nice things here. We see the Promethean does get sniped. Valor coming down, going to improve his units even more. And still, Rapl has to retreat yet again. Not ready to start engaging this Oranos army. At this point in the game, the Oranos army is very, very strong. It may be time to just retreat away from here. See what you can do. We are getting some throwing action out. So now these Terma can do some good damage to the throwing axeman if he wants to focus them down. Nice fight for Skady here, though, as Rapl is taking it for some reason. There's so many myth units here and heroes as well for these two players. Nice micro to run away from those Ulfsark, but a lot of these units for Skady are not fighting at this point, as he needs to start getting them to fight. These Ursa are all falling, and now the Promethean are going to do tons of damage here. We see the Terma trying to snipe down these throwing axemen in the back, doing a really, really good job. 93 population for Skady to 57 for Rapl, absolutely dominating that Oranos army there as Skady is able to win this fight very, very convincingly here. And Rapl retreating back to his base and bringing his villagers back. Still has these chicken to eat, but they're right in front of this, so he's not going to be able to eat them just yet. Probably should have built an ox cart, let these goat fatten just a little bit more, and eaten the chicken first in this matchup, but on this map specifically, but not going for that one there, meaning he's going to run out of food much quicker. See the Ulfsark trying to run around these units, but those are getting targeted down. He's taking a lot of damage from them. The Terma going to be looking for something. We do see Valkyries starting to come out for Rapl, but you don't really want to be making Valkyries when you're down to your last bits of food. How do you get to the next age here? And Skady is going to be already starting to build farms. He's actually almost out of goats, but the farm transition, very, very easy for the Oranos players. You can just swap those villagers over onto the wood and then get the farms when you get the wood to build them up. Like you can do the same thing for as all the Nilla Sibs, but it's a little bit easier for the Oranos because they can throw the farms down on this side and things like that. We'll see if Skady's going to go for some raids around the back, what he's going to try to do. Gold is going to be an issue for Rapl now with only 300 gold left in this gold mine. We'll see how that's going to go. The villagers running around this side. He does have a forest fire. Forest fire here may not be a bad idea considering all the units that are stuck around this location. He does cast the forest fire and maybe he kills these 2 manas. He's not going to get him. He's not going to get him. But that's a good forest fire anyways, because now the village is out of wood to get these farms up. He's only got 2 farms here. Check out the economic upgrades. No plow, no nothing. And the forest here does fall. This villager is getting a little bit antsy, but he's going to be retreating back. Do we have the Pygmalion statue over here? We do. Look at these villagers, 91 HP. So hard to defend against, or so hard to raid them, I guess. Now Rapl retreating back. We see these Terma trying to snipe the throwing axeman, and he's doing such a beautiful job here as he's retreating away. Now we've got these Ulfsar coming around this side. He does manage to trap 1 citizen here. That's got to feel good. Now the citizens go down to 14 instead of at 15 there for Skady. And Skady's still in a decent position if he can spot this gold getting grabbed. This Oracle not in the best position. He spots this gold mine, but not this one. I'm not sure if he's seen it in his scouting yet or not. But we'll see what he's going to be doing. He's going to be looking for the home gold mine, seeing that it's expired with the Ulfsar, looking to come over and maybe deny the settlement in the back. The Promethean here to defend these villages sort of in the middle of nowhere here. And we'll see where he's going to go. He's going straight after these. Nice micro from Skady. Good reaction to the raids. Retreating the citizen into the middle here before going elsewhere. Oh, he's leading the Ulfsar directly to this town center. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. And now Rapl's kind of getting away with murder. He's got this gold mine here. He's got a ton of units over here. Skady doesn't know about that location being grabbed. He's getting some good value over on this fight over here with the Ulfsar, the hero citizen getting pushed back. Skady's units kind of everywhere around the map at this point. We see the army of Rapl is starting to get fairly strong as he's pushing Skady back with his units. The farms, only 4 farms here. Looks like the citizens still walking around trying to stay alive as the Murmillo chopping up these Ulfsar very, very slowly but surely. Now the Ulfsar retreating back. And now Skady coming in to get his settlement back up with those villagers. And the armory is up for Rapl. And Rapl has made it through to the heroic age. So Rapl's got some options here. One option is villagers all the way over gold and just rush towards Balder. That's one option. So the idea here is these villagers come onto gold and you get like 2,000 gold and you buy, or 1,500 gold and you buy 500 food and then you advance. Or the other option is you just chuck these villagers onto wood, which we're seeing him do, but he's taking this fight here, which he probably really shouldn't be. These Ulfsar making their way back in. Skady just about to get that next talent center. And he's absolutely dominating Rapl's army here for the time being as well. But the Ulfsar are in. We're seeing some nice micro trying to pull back with those hero Terma. Nice micro from Rapl to run around with that Valkyrie to dodge those javelins. Maybe not intentional, but it's going well. And now we see all those red units are falling. There's the Skady. There's the Frost. And Rapl doing a nice job here to stay alive, but now he's got no food in the bank, just gold income basically, and he's lost a lot of units here. And that's not going to be able to do it. And now we've got Skady spotting this location here. I think if Rapl had pulled back until he hit Frost and didn't take this fight and just quietly kept gathering from this gold mine, he would have been in a really good position, but now he's going to be struggling because we see a lot of units coming over here. See the dwarves trying to fight back. These Murmillo doing what they can, but the Prometheans coming in as well. And we see more dwarves falling, but the Murmillo are going down. These dwarves have so much HP, 105 HP for the dwarves because of the Pygmalion statue, giving him an extra 30 HP. That is so crazy. Now Skady has to retreat here. It's So imagine what position Rapl would be in right now had he not fought before the frost. He's got idle villages everywhere here. He needs to get those sorted out. Now, no gold income for the time being for Rapl, but he is on 105 of 105. This house just begging to be built here, but not happening. It's like these villagers attempting to sneak through, maybe getting over onto this gold mine, but the Oracle does know about that already. So many frost giants for Rapl though, so he should be able to fight over here and be okay at this point. See these villagers on here, and Skady's just hitting everything. He's playing very, very nicely with his units. Still needs to get some more farms up. Maybe too many villagers on gold at this point. But the good thing about Oranos, if you ever notice yourself with 800 gold in the bank, you can just take these villagers off of gold, put them over onto wood, and you're fine. It's really, really good. And this is just really nice control by Skady, keeping Rapl on the back foot, not allowing Rapl to get sorted on his economy. 5 farms here for Rapl. So he's really struggling. No market up just yet. Going to be running out of this gold mine in the next couple of minutes if he is allowed to mine it as well. So we'll see if that's going to matter. But Skady's still building these Terma for some reason. Is probably not the best unit to be making here. If he just goes full farms and full Murmillo, maybe gets Heroic Age, just in a better position. But the Frost Giant is so strong. Nice ghost building here to trap the units. See Skady taking that one down. He's losing a lot more units there. Nice play from Rapl. He's keeping himself in it. Now we've got Skady going for another raid over onto this gold line here. And he's going to get a couple more dwarf kills. But again, Pygmalion statues really, really helps against this this style of play from Skady. Skady's throwing down some more buildings. Having to retreat back yet again. These units doing very, very nicely. We don't see any armory upgrades from Skady. I would like to have seen Copper Mail at some point here. But Axton Muspel coming through early for Rapl. Nice decision there because he knows that Thea should probably be coming through anytime soon. But I don't think he realizes how many units have fallen here for Skady. He's fighting over here again with his units. And we see a third town center now coming up for Skady as he's going to be continuing here, pushing for more economy. We're finally starting to see some Caraballister coming out, but how does he deal with 4 Frost Giants at this stage of the game? And Rapl might actually just be able to end the game here now if he comes over and hits this gold mine. Just send all your Frost Giants over to this location here. These villagers will not be able to run away. It's obviously it's pretty telegraphed that's what you're doing, and we see the villagers leaving already. They can move up onto this gold mine, do whatever they want. And essentially, when you're raiding at this point of the game with all these Frost Giants prevent the defensive maneuvers of the citizen with their special. We see this. Oh, he doesn't get it off. This one maybe. Nope. Be retreating away. Skady's just running around at this point, trying to get the resources to advance. Maybe he's going to go for Hyperion here instead. So he's got some chaos to be used, but there's so many myth units for Rapl. See more raids coming onto this gold, but he just keeps on hitting it. Doesn't even care over here. Oh, nice, as he's finally found the citizen. Able to freeze those and kill 2 citizen there. Skady not able to hold on to those ones there. And maybe the Frost Giants can take down the town center as well. They've got the crush damage plus the hack damage. Plenty of damage for them if he wants to take it down. Plus this is only 2100 HP on the town center. So he's going to be attempting to do so. Making another raid up here. More units coming in. The Murmillo doing very, very nicely. You see the villagers, the dwarves getting pulled off the gold mine, trying to take down the Promethean. But he does a lot of damage to these units. There's lots of low HP dwarves at this point as well. And now over here, Skady is slowly winning these fights. He's got out some hero units trying to take down the Frost Giants. And we see Rapl have to retreat away yet again. And like I said, this gold mine is going to be finishing soon. Oh, I love the farms now. Does he have upgrades for them? No winter harvest. No plow. Sorry, no irrigation. Those are the big upgrades there for Odin's farms. If you can get those, he can get a lot more food economy. But right now, with all those farms here, he's still some interesting farm placements. Like these are good. These are okay. This is okay. What is this? These ones? But it is what it is. Sometimes it's hard to get those farms down in the right spot. Now Rapl's getting pushed back as Skady is pushing in. Nice fight over here for Skady as well. Rapl probably shouldn't be fighting here. All of these trades really, really help Skady, who's going to the Heroic Age through Thea. He's Mamilo taking down the dwarves. See the Mamilo coming in over here as well, ready to take down some more dwarves. He's just consistently hitting this gold mine, just not letting up, and Rapl has just not been able to defend this at all. If he built a wall here, he probably would have been fine. One wall. But Rapl taps out in the 20th minute here as he just can't compete with the constant pressure from the Oranos. He was in a pretty decent position even after the calamity of this fight here where he just shouldn't have been fighting it before the frost. He was actually in a decent position. And had he had walled this up a little bit and protected this gold mine from the raids, then he probably is fine to continue here. And maybe even take this game from that position he was in. But the raids just kept coming in. No attempt at a hill fort. Just wanted to get aggressive. I think maybe Rapl thought he was further behind than he was. If we check the post game, we can see a little bit of the story here where the raids started hitting and Skady just went zhunk in front. And this was the civilian unit story as well, with Rapl quite high up at 40, and then he just drops all the way down to here. A lot of idle villages at this point. He's not increasing villages, so that means he's losing them and building them. So really, really tough game there for Rapl to lose because he had definite chances here. But GG, well played by Skady. It's not that Skady didn't force that on him. Really nice play, good pressure, nice decision making to go after villages instead of going after the army, and defending very, very nicely when he had to. GG, well played. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next games.